Hello, everybody. It's your boy KirbyDK10 here, coming at you with another episode of the Overkill Podcast. We are on episode 88, and I'm here with my co-host Meta Knight.
Hello.
We got quite a spicy one. It should be pretty quick and pretty compact with some news. We're getting towards the end of the year. A lot of games are getting revealed. A lot of games are getting released. So we should have quite a bit of news for the rest of the year. I guess we'll just start it off with our first big thing that happened this week that I saw while I was at work, and that was Black Ops 7. The gameplay reveal trailer came out, and to be honest, it's your standard fare for Call of Duty. They kind of show off a lot of the weapons. Of course, it's a lot of futuristic weaponry, whatnot. They also show that you can do the hostage mechanic from BO6, as well as it looks like you can, once you're done, you can throw the person away with a grenade attached to them, which I don't know if that's like a separate option or if that always happens. I don't know. We don't exactly know the full details. They also show that the Peacekeeper's coming back, which, I mean, no shock there. It's a Black Ops 2 sort of remake, so I would expect that. It also looks to have a bunch of different attachments, including a grenade launcher. And then it looks like you can shoot the little field upgrade / tactical like drone thing, so to make it like not explode on you. Other than that, we see the Hellstorm missile. We see, looks to be like a RCXD like hoverboard thing. I don't know. It looks very small. Or like the Tempest shock drone from BO4.
Yeah.
We see a little robot with guns on top, kind of like the AGR. And then, your standard fare cluster grenade and sort of gunship kill streak. I don't know. I mean, to me, looks pretty good. I believe we also have they did reveal all of the map names as well. We won't go through all of them. I think the one I'm most excited for is there's one in Japan that looks very similar to Castle called Den. And, I'm glad they didn't go with like just a full map list of remakes, because at least we're going to get some new maps. But I'm glad they still have, I believe it's Hijacked Raid, and there's one more I always forget about, but there's another BO2 map that they're coming out with. Yeah,
it seems like they really stuck with the classics.
Yeah, I don't know how Meta feels about it, but
I mean, look, I watched the trailer also. I have to say, it looks great. The sound design, I know they kind of have this rap song blaring over it all, but from what I can tell, the shotguns seem really, really satisfying and like meaty. I really like a lot of the like gun sounds, and even the grenade sound, like the shink, taking the pin out as you throw it and everything. It just sounds really, really good. I am really impressed by a lot of stuff like that. It looks fantastic. I guess it's just another COD, so like my expectations are not very high. Especially whenever we started all the way back in Black Ops 1 and now we're up to 7. So my expectations for this are not super duper high, but it does look like whenever I watch through this trailer, not including of course the remade maps, it looks like they might have embraced some of that 3-lane design again. And it's really hard to tell without actually seeing the maps. But just like my gut feeling by like looking at kind of the layout of the maps in general, it looks like we're back to like 3-4 lane kind of maps. Maybe a little bit more, choke pointy, kind of classic COD. So that's very exciting to me. This one snowy map looks like that one straight out of Ghost, but yeah, I'm not like excited, and I'm not really like disappointed. I'm sure I'll get it, or we'll get it, and we'll play it for a little bit. But Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
that makes
apathetic.
sense, 'cause this
Like, I just don't
this
care
is
that much.
this is being made by Treyarch and Raven Studios. I thought it was being made by Sledgehammer, but I guess Sledgehammer only does the MW3 or like the in between Modern Warfare games. I guess I thought they would be making this, but I guess Treyarch has made 2 games in a row now. So, yeah, I mean the sound design. I know within BO7, the sound design was very much. I think it was better than MW3 at least. So, I think Treyarch with this like new engine is really. I was kind of scared whenever they first used it, but I think over time I've really gotten used to their style of how they use it. I always thought this engine was better for the MW series because they I don't know. I always thought it would make the game more slow, but I think Treyarch's found a way to use the same engine but speed it up.
Yeah.
And
I think
yeah,
you're right.
I mean to me, the only thing that scares me about this game is like you can wall run and then jump off and you go like flying. So I feel like a lot of times people are just gonna fly over you, and you're gonna get shot in the back and be like, "What happened?" You know.
And it's gonna feel really bad and annoying. Yep. That's kind of something I can see happening, and that's one of the reasons I've never liked the exo jumping kind of games. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Guess we can move on.
Yeah. Well, first off, I was browsing through Steam. Did you know there was a ukulele spin-off game?
Yeah.
What the heck? All right.
It was the game that came out in between.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not know that at all. Okay.
Yeah.
So Brazil, the president of Brazil, Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, has recently signed a ban on loot boxes for gamers under 18. This is kind of, it appears if you don't comply, you get a big fine. Gambling is actually illegal in Brazil, and so they did not know really how to handle it, whether to allow it for everyone that was older, because is it truly gambling, is it truly not, and then, banning it from everyone that is 18 and under. Now, I don't know how you actually do that. I don't know how you actually stop that from happening, so I guess the law is more of a in practice, I suppose.
Yeah.
Apparently, a survey from 2020 indicated that 74% of gamers feel that loot boxes are gambling. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It really depends on the game, because I will say, like with like Overwatch for example, I would argue that it's not really gambling, because what you get in the game you can't refund for actual money or like cash out in any way, whereas like in a game like Counter-Strike you can cash out using third-party websites or using the Steam marketplace and then buying whatever's on Steam with the cash out money.
Right.
Whereas like in a game like Valorant, well, Valorant had loot boxes, or in a game like Overwatch or whatever, the skins that you get you cannot sell them again and cash out in any way. So I think in those kind of games it's not really gambling, but in other ones it could be.
Right. Yeah, I feel like there are different levels. I mean, there are like, to me, in, I would say, Counter-Strike's crate system is much more gambling than Overwatch, because you can directly convert your skins to, I mean, technically it's Steam bucks, but I mean it does correlate to something outside of the game that has like a monetary value. And even if you wanted to sell it, if it's a nice enough skin, you can always sell it like externally, even though it's against TOS and all that. But I have to agree with you. I don't know if I really agree this is like the right play. I don't know if loot boxes are really that serious. And I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's that deep. My opinion on this has changed quite a lot over the years, but also, I mean, I don't think you can enforce this because pretty sure every kid always lied about their age whenever they signed up for a video game or whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't know how you enforce this.
Well, and ultimately, too, I think one thing to think about is, I think the players will speak on if the loot boxes are fair or not. Because for me, like, if the loot boxes had like gameplay impacting items, I would never buy them. But if they were like skin items, I usually would buy them. Like, if I found out a game had like pay to win loot boxes, I just wouldn't buy it. Like Star Wars
which I think we
Battlefront.
did with COD, right?
I think we did with Star Wars Battlefront. We did with, I think, well, with Call of Duty, I still played it, but I didn't buy any loot boxes, you know. And then, yeah, I mean, there were a couple other games, but yeah,
Sure.
I think the market will, or the players will show with their wallet and vote with their wallet. I think most of the
Based.
successful games did loot boxes that were cosmetic only. And then eventually that transitioned into battle pass systems, but
Oh man,
know.
yeah. Well, I guess I'm not surprised. Obviously, this affects games like Overwatch 2, League of Legends, Genshin. I think COD. I think what we're seeing is I know a lot of the EU has gone against loot boxes, and I know the EU has vowed to deal with loot boxes and gaming addiction because they think it's very serious stuff. And without getting into all the politics, all that, I don't know. We'll see. I really don't think it's that deep.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not like super sympathetic towards it. I think if you have a problem spending money on fake video game items, I think you have deeper issues. But that's just how I feel on that. Is that too cold-blooded for you?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, that's right. I think that's what I would agree with that.
But yeah, Kirby brings up some good points. Some good points there. I don't know. It's just not that deep, man. Not that deep. But there you go. Now you know.
Yeah. I guess we'll talk about one of our old
Uh-oh.
video game squeezes. That would be Destiny 2.
Man, every
They've
time,
come out
man.
with this new DLC, I think. It's $40. Apparently, it's not a full-on expansion, but it is, I guess, a DLC. I don't know how that exactly works, but it is called Renegade, Infiltrating the Flawless Frontier, and it's basically all Star Wars themed, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
You have the like Star Wars pistol that you can get. You can also fight. It looks like you fight enemies that are themed after stormtroopers and enemies that are themed after the. I'm trying to think the two-legged like walker things. What are those called? I don't know, but and you can fly in like the X-wing ship, and yeah, I mean it's just all like Star Wars themed stuff. Now it doesn't seem to be like kind of an official collab. It's more of like a spiritual like collab. I don't know exactly how.
It's almost like they took. Wow, the likes are not too high. I bet you the dislikes are probably high. So they've taken like Star Wars, and then they've made like their own weird like their own weird little world with it. I do think it's a little funny because the last DLC you were allegedly killing a god, and then now you're fighting criminals, I guess. So the stakes kind of went down. The reef, yeah, some guy brings up in the comment. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know. It doesn't seem like people are loving it. Got to be honest with you.
Yeah, the ATST is what it's called. Yeah, and it also introduces like lightsabers and whatnot. Which, I mean, cool, I guess. I mean, they already had swords in the game, so I feel like it's just kind of another sword
Like
weapon.
I can't tell if this is a Star Wars collab or not.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm saying to me it feels like it's kind of like halfway in between a collab and like a spiritual successor kind of deal.
Yeah, it's weird, bro.
I don't know.
Like the walker looks like if an iPhone and a Star Wars walker had a kid together because it's like super futuristic-y with like white panels on it and stuff. I mean, it looks cool. Like the guns look cool. You can tell it's definitely Moss Osley's inspiration. So I don't think it actually is an official collab.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it is. It's just very odd.
It's so strange to just rip it like that.
It's like the copyright-free version or whatever.
Cosmetic event and a full-fledged expansion. So it is actually official, though. Okay, it is official.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Wow.
It's interesting to me, but
Man,
I feel like every game
weird.
I'm glad it's kind of not just like a straight up collab because I don't like I really don't like games
Just put
that
Darth
are just
Vader in there.
always collabs and all this stuff. It makes every game feel the same and kind of homogenous. Like every game's got a Star Wars collab, you know what I mean? So it makes every game feel like that way, you know.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. But I guess we can move on to to our next story. It's also Destiny 2.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they fit right into each other. So this story just covers the last expansion, the Edge of Fate, and how the player count like really fell off. I was trying to find some data. Oh, here we go. So, Destiny's all-time peak was 316,000 on Steam. And now we're all the way down to about 22,000. So, and you can clearly see on the graph that every time an expansion comes out is like a pretty decent spike. And this guy actually has a marker on 100K players that when Edge of Fate came out as the peak, and then it was all the way down to 200,000. So it lost almost a fifth of players in August, September, in about 2 months, 2.5 months. So I guess. I mean, I always want to. I always want to go back to Destiny, but then I remember doing the daily grind of show up, do 3 dungeons, do your dailies, and get off. And those 3 dungeons are always like the same, like 4 or whatever in the game at the time. And that's like what I remember from getting back into Destiny. But yeah, I don't know. Why do you think the player count's always down? I think it's just because it's repetitive and you basically play the expansion and then you leave.
Yeah, I mean, once you're done with the expansion, it usually gives you like pretty decent gear, and it gets you like started
to raid
to get to the point where you can do your dailies and get like the pinnacle gear every day or every week, I think. And I think it's it's one of those things too where most of the dailies you do by yourself, and they're really repetitive, or you can do by yourself, but it's honestly, if you really want to get into like the rating and stuff, you do have to play more than just a few hours usually. And it is very like repetitive and grinding. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I think that's one reason why whenever we get back into it, I'm like, oh yeah, I've played this raid like 20 times, or this dungeon 20 times. Let's do it again. It's kind of boring.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm glad we're on the same page. I mean, I even remember whenever you and I really got into Destiny and we found like our little raid team. I remember you and I doing our dailies and like talking and being like, man, this sucks. Like, and I think at one point, I think we started doing our dailies separately because it was just faster just to do them single player. You could just load in, queue up a dungeon, get in almost instantly. And then if we queued together, it was like 20 minutes to get through all three, and then yeah, it was like, damn.
And the most like annoying daily or like weekly or whatever you had to do was like play. I think you had to win 3 multiplayer matches or play 3 or something.
You had to win.
I hated multiplayer. So
yeah, the Crucible sucked.
Yeah,
it sucked. Multiplayer in Destiny sucked. I don't care what anyone says. At least in 2, I doubt it was much better in 1, but maybe I'm crazy on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll move on to our next story here.
Enough pooping on Destiny.
Going fast with these ones. These last ones. To be fair, they're kind of smaller stories, but Sega or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Mega Man was revealed as one of the characters coming to this game. It's coming out in 2026. And yeah, I mean this kind of goes to another thing where it's another collaboration. To be fair though, the whole game is collaboration. I just don't like whenever it's like a random game that has its own style. Let's collab or whatever. Everything.
I mean, yeah, everything is a collab. Like, I don't even care anymore. That's how common they are.
Yeah. There's also, in this game, there's going to be Steve from Minecraft, I'm assuming, and SpongeBob SquarePants as well. And Hatsune Miku, if you...
Oh, now I gotta get it.
...are just, fiending to race as Hatsune Miku in a Sonic racing game.
You know what it was? I think it was Smash. I think all these companies were like... I think they all were like, oh my gosh, these people love whenever we do soy collaborations. Everyone just pogs and soy faces. So like now all these companies, their goal, especially if it's like a character game or like a character, like a racer or a fighter or a, even like one of those little like weird platformer things or just something like that. They're like, oh my gosh, we have to get everyone.
Oh, apparently this is the 4th character in the season pass, so maybe like these characters aren't going to be in the game immediately. There's also Pac-Man as well, and it looks like there's going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar.
Oh my gosh.
As well. So
holy shit.
Get your pre-orders ready.
Dude, you already know I got this, bro. This is like Sonic Riders, but better. It's got all the soy that I wanted. Damn. I mean, it's a cute little racing game, but so it's not that deep. But man, I just don't give a damn.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I would be curious on how many people actually care.
I don't know. The 2 Sonic Racing fans?
Do you think it's for kids, maybe?
Yeah, but what kid knows Mega Man right now, bro?
I don't know.
Mega Man is an old franchise. The most recent game was 11, and I don't even think it sold that well. And I mean, maybe some kids know about it, but I don't think a lot of kids know about
Damn.
Mega Man.
Apparently, they have the writers' boards incorporated into this racing game now, which is interesting. All right. I miss Sonic Riders. All right.
Yeah, that franchise is dead. Keep going.
I know it's too like 90s, early 2000s coded. It's way too radical.
Tubular.
Yes. It's too sick nasty. All right. Here we go, babies. Are we ready? All right. Xbox Ally. I learned this just existed this morning. Were you aware of this?
Really? Yeah, I've been aware of this for like a couple months.
Okay. I don't believe we ever talked about it. Allegedly.
We might have.
Huh?
We might have. I just don't remember.
I don't know. Allegedly, the new news is allegedly it's coming out October 16th. It is the partnership with Republic of Gamers, the portable Xbox, which to me, once again, I do question why you just wouldn't get a Steam Deck, because Steam is better in every way. But I guess this isn't a horrible proposition. If you have Game Pass, I assume so they have Game Pass on here, cloud playable even, which is crazy.
Yeah, or if you have a large like Xbox digital library, I could understand why.
Yeah, I mean maybe some people are just deep in the Xbox sauce. So there is the X edition and the regular edition. The X edition has impulse triggers, which I don't know what that means. Sounds like buzzwords. They both have this AMD Ryzen AI Z2. The X also has 24 gigs of RAM, and the regular one only has 16. 24 is a little odd number, but sure. And the X has 1 terabyte, and the Ally only has half. I guess.
Oof.
I mean, I guess it's cool. I think you and I would both get a Steam Deck before this. I would say Switch, but the Switch isn't really competing with stuff like this, I feel like. I mean, maybe it is, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's got about like the same display as the Switch, from what I can tell. 120 refresh rate, FreeSync, and all that, so... I don't know. I mean, to me, it looks more like ergonomic. It has like the Xbox grips on the side, which is one thing I think I would have liked to see with the Switch too. But I know Nintendo likes to keep the consoles more kiddie friendly, so they make them the Joy-Cons like rounded and cute looking. So we'll still have to see on this. I personally would not get one, but I know a lot of people at my work that are not PC gamers actually are really excited to get this.
Really?
Even though it's kind of not a... I guess it's a PC, right? But it's...
Are they just excited about being able to carry it around?
Yeah, well, I think it's like... And a lot of them also were... got this or have a Steam Deck, or the people who aren't excited for this have like a Steam Deck already. So it's like, I think it's kind of like an easier way to get into PC gaming, where you don't have to spend a whole bunch, and you also don't have to build anything, and you get the same kind of experience.
I mean,
as
I
like
could
a console.
see that. I guess. Well, my one question to that is so the X is going for 1,000, and the regular is going for 600. And the Steam Deck is, at its lowest, is $320. The middle range one is $550, and the highest range one is $650. So, like, if you really want to get in for cheap, I think you go Steam Deck. But I guess, I mean, I get the appeal of, like having your whole library on this handheld. But yeah, the guys at work were talking about it, huh?
Yeah. I also think the one thing too with the Steam Deck is it hasn't been updated in a long time. It's still the old hardware that they had whenever they first launched it. Whereas this is like brand new hardware, from what I understand, that's a little more powerful. So I would just say either get this, or if you don't have a Steam Deck, get this. If you have a Steam Deck, wait until the Steam Deck 2. You know.
If we're ever getting it to, I don't know. Is the Steam Deck 2 ever coming?
I don't know. Or they might just do whatchamacallit? They might do a revision in the hardware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there you go. It's there. I mean, it's cool. I don't ever handheld game though. Like even when I had the Switch, every time I brought the Switch around with me, I felt really goofy. And like I played it a few times, like during my lunch break at work, and I felt really goofy, really stupid. But maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I did that one time too, and it was just like, it felt like I was like, look at you. I did it with the Switch too, and I was like, look at you poor peasants who cannot afford the game like me.
Oh yeah. No, I just feel like I just feel like we're not taking public transportation or anything. There's not a lot of time to just. There's not a lot of places out in public where I feel like you can just game. Like usually, if you're outside, you're doing something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this biggest problem is like, I don't see, like, I can understand if you're a kid, you might want something like this, but to me it's just like, yeah, I don't know where you would want to do this. I usually like to be alert whenever I'm out in public.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah. I can't think of a scenario where I would ever play this. And like, if I'm outside, I'm usually with people, or I'm doing something myself, or, you know, like if I'm inside, I might as well just play on my computer, or, yeah. I mean, I do know a lot of people like to buy stuff like this and then just play it around the house. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyways, it looks pretty sick. I'm sure it probably runs better than the Steam Deck, since it is newer and it seems to have that nicer chip in it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's been about it for the podcast, boys.
Yeah. Oh, it apparently does have Armory Crate. If y'all know what that is, which is interesting. So you might be able to customize your clock rate and stuff with Armory Crate, which is very interesting. All right.
Yeah, guess that's been about it.
Yeah, that's been it.
It's been your boy Kirby DK10. Peace.
Your boy Meta. Bye.